The Fast and the Furious started off as an interesting enough story about a plucky band of street racers who actually turned out to be pretty hardcore criminals. But it became much more than that over the years, and by the time we stumbled through Too Fast, Too Furious, and Tokyo Drift on our way to the fourth movie, the franchise had become a full-fledged cultural phenomenon. But by the time we made it to the sixth movie, the criminals had essentially become government super agents, and that's when I knew that the franchise had officially jumped the shark. And then, just when I was about to abandon the franchise altogether for the sake of my own sanity, Paul Walker passed suddenly, and just like that, an actor I had been watching for the better part of 20 years was gone, and in a car wreck no less. But the way the franchise decided to move on after Paul Walker's death was simply put, silly. You see, in the world of the Fast and the Furious, Brian is alive and well, having decided to separate from the group even though he remains very married to Mia, who is fully participating in all the group's capers rather unapologetically. And on top of that, Dominic's son is named Brian, again, even though Brian is still alive in the world of the Fast and the Furious, and this creates an untenable hole in the plot that the movies have been unable to compensate for. And when you add on top of that it seems that nobody who has died over the course of this franchise stays that way, the fact that Dominic had a secret brother that appeared in the ninth movie that none of us had ever heard anything about, and the fact that The Rock and Vin Diesel can't seem to get along long enough to film these movies together, it just sucks all the fuel out of a franchise that was already running on fumes as we wait for what I hope is finally the end of the road for these speed racers.